What is going on, Headliner Nation? Jake Fantasy Headliners. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there heading into the weekend. So we have our quick and dirty top 30 running backs heading into the weekend to help us set our lineups and make some of these tougher decisions a little bit easier. Just a reminder, this is a quick rundown of the rankings. If you want more meat and potatoes, you want the meat that's on the bone and the reasons as to why I feel this way, head over to the Start Sit video. That's where you're going to find a lot more information and backup for the reasons that I have these guys ranked where they are. So make sure you check that out. Also, Thursday night game is over. No point in putting those guys in this list because it's pointless. We're heading into the weekend. We're trying to set these lineups and make these tougher decisions for Sunday, Monday. But before we get into this list, I need some help. I want to mess with Kyle a little bit, and hopefully he doesn't watch this part. Now, Kyle has said for a long time, and he's really proud that he has more Twitter followers than me. So I want to mess with him. If you have a Twitter account, go follow me on Twitter at FNTSY Headliners, all one word, and I'm trying to catch up to him. Now, I've closed the gap here over the past couple months, but I really want to sneak up and get super close to him. He'll have no idea how it happened. It'll be a lot of fun. Plus, I put a lot of funny stuff out there on Twitter anyway. A lot of good, useful information also, but I like to joke around and have a good time. More times than not. So go follow me over on Twitter. Let's mess with Kyle. Let's close that gap a little bit more, but shh, don't say anything to anybody. All right, now that we've talked about that, let's get into our quick and dirty top 30 running backs here, week 15. All right, number one, it's really no surprise, right? It's still Christian McCaffrey. Carolina Panthers has a matchup this weekend going up against the Seattle Seahawks. He's kind of matchup proof. It doesn't really matter. The volume will always be there, and the guy is almost a lock on a weekly basis for 100 total yards minimum. Have him still running back one. Number two, the guy in which he's facing this week, Chris Carson. Maybe the highest I've had him ranked all year long. But now, no Rashad Penny, and a matchup with the defense that gives up the most fantasy points to fantasy running backs, the Carolina Panthers. I love Chris Carson and the potential volume this week. I got him right now, running back two. Number three, Derrick Henry of the Tennessee Titans. The guy absolutely continues to be an absolute beast, and now word has already come out that he should be a full go going into the weekend. A very meaningful game this weekend going up against the Houston Texans. Got him right now, running back three. Number four, Dalvin Cook. He's dropped a few spots, and really only because I think that they kind of limit his workload at times here, second half of ball games, if they have a lead. Now, they're going up against the Los Angeles Chargers, which is a decent matchup, and I still expect a heavy dose of Dalvin Cook. Maybe just not as much as we saw the first 8 weeks of the season. Still like him a lot. He's running back four. Number five, Leonard Fournette, Jacksonville Jaguars, going up against the Oakland Raiders, and I have him bumped up a few spots because of the chance that DJ Chark does not play. And one of the big factors in Leonard Fournette having such a solid year this year is his pass-catching work out of the backfield. He could see a little bit of extra work that way this coming up week if they are without DJ Chark. Got Leonard Fournette right there, almost a lock for 20 touches a week at running back five. Number six, Zeke Elliott, Dallas Cowboys, going up against the Los Angeles Rams, a home game for the Dallas Cowboys, so that should help, and it's a must-win game for Dallas. Now, I expect Jalen Ramsey to more than likely shadow Amari Cooper throughout this game. Maybe that leads to more volume to Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield to try to open up the passing lanes for Michael Gallup, Jason Witten, even some Randall Cobb maybe, but right now, Ezekiel Elliott, with that volume, going to be number six. Number seven, Nick Chubb, Cleveland Browns, has a matchup going up against the Arizona Cardinals. Great matchup for him, and the volume continues to be there. He's kind of had a lower ceiling as of late. A lot of people want to blame Kareem Hunt for that, and yeah, Hunt is getting some of that production, but Nick Chubb is still one of these guys who's going to go out there and get you close to 20 touches a week. Not overly involved in the passing game. That's more Kareem Hunt. But we saw it last week with Nick Chubb. He broke a huge 54-yard run, got him down inside the 5. He was winded. They pulled him out. Hunt got the touchdown. Those are the type of things that absolutely drive Nick Chubb owners crazy. But a great matchup with volume. Give me Nick Chubb right here, number 7. Number 8, Saquon Barkley. I have him a few spots lower than a lot of other people do. Despite the great matchup going up against the Miami Dolphins, he still hasn't been overly involved in the passing game, and that's really hurting the safety and his floor numbers on a weekly basis. I got him dropped down to running back 8. Number 9, Aaron Jones, Green Bay Packers, a matchup with the Chicago Bears in a game which could see single-digit temperatures. What does that mean? More running possibly in this game plan, more Aaron Jones. We've seen it before. His ceiling is out of this world. Got him right now, running back 9. Number 10, it's going to be Todd Gurley, Los Angeles Rams. We've seen a lot more volume going the way of Todd Gurley here over the past few weeks. And coincidentally, the Rams are winning ball games, so they're going to have to continue to win to have any shot. I mean, any shot whatsoever I expect them to rely highly on Todd Gurley once again this week, going up against the Dallas Cowboys. He's at running back 10. Number 11. This is a stretch, and it may surprise a lot of people, but right now, I have Raheem Mostert. Must start Mostert back in the building as running back 11, going up against the Atlanta Falcons. A great matchup. He's been by far the best back in that backfield here as of late. And then you add in the fact that Kyle Shanahan's come out and said, hey, this guy has earned to be the lead back in this backfield. Tevin Coleman, non-existent. Matt Breida, not quite 100%. Good matchup. A great offense for him to be a part of. He has that pass-catching upside also. Huge ceiling once again for Raheem Mostert. I have him all the way up at running back 11. Number 12, Melvin Gordon, Los Angeles Chargers. Somewhat of a difficult matchup going up against the Minnesota Vikings, but they've shown to be vulnerable on the ground at times this year, and the volume continues to be there on a weekly basis for Melvin Gordon. Right now, got him at running back 12. Number 13, maybe the lowest I've ever ranked Alvin Kamara, but the guy is absolutely killing people right now, and he's going to pay the price in the rankings. Now, a lot of people may think this is still way too high for him, but I would hate to bench Alvin Kamara at a critical week like this and have him go off on my bench. I don't know if I could let myself live that down if that were to happen. Now, he's more of a running back 2, but you draft him as your running back 1. If anything else, you throw him at your flex spot and take a gamble somewhere else. Alvin Kamara, though, still somebody that has that ridiculous ceiling. We just haven't seen it much this year. Got him at running back 13. Number 14, Phillip Lindsay. Great matchup going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. A lot easier to run on Kansas City than it is to throw on Kansas City. And Phillip Lindsay's starting to develop more of a role in this backfield. And the big plays, the touchdowns, they're coming here second half of the season. Phillip Lindsay, running back 14. Number 15, this is where I have DeAndre Washington right now of the Oakland Raiders. And the only reason he's so high is I'm not sold on the fact that Josh Jacobs actually plays. And if he does, that he doesn't see a full workload, that we still see a lot of DeAndre Washington this week. Why throw Josh Jacobs out there and risk further injury? The guy has a fractured shoulder. I'm not going to risk it at this point. The guy has already exceeded expectations in Josh Jacobs. He's been a great rookie. Don't ruin it here for the offseason. Throw DeAndre Washington out there. He's been more than capable here in his opportunities. I got him right now, running back 15. Number 16, David Montgomery, Chicago Bears. Maybe a little bit higher than I've had him in previous weeks, but I mentioned it with Aaron Jones. Could be freezing but cold temperatures in Green Bay where they have to rely more on the ground game and running the ball. I got David Montgomery up at running back 16. 17 is Austin Eckler, Los Angeles Chargers, going up against the Minnesota Vikings, and this guy can beat you on the ground. He can beat you through the air. It doesn't really matter. He's still producing at a very, very high level despite Melvin Gordon still in this backfield. I talk about it all the time. Anthony Lynn, calling the plays for the Chargers, is going to dial up the number of his running backs more times than not. Still love Austin Eckler as a mid-running back 2. Got him at number 17. Number 18, Kareem Hunt, Cleveland Browns, going up against the Arizona Cardinals. We touched on this matchup when we talked about Nick Chubb. Right now, Kareem Hunt is maybe about as safe of a running back 2 as you can get. The ceiling isn't really there because the volume isn't there on a weekly basis. Chubb is still getting the volume, but safety-wise, floor-wise, Kareem Hunt is the safer option as of right now. That makes him a solid running back 2 right here at running back 18. Number 19, it's Devin Singletary, who's really taken over the lead back role in the backfield for the Buffalo Bills. Difficult matchup going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but the usage and the efficiency more than anything is what keeps Devin Singletary inside the top 20 right here at number 19. Number 20 right now is Devonta Freeman going up against the San Francisco 49ers, a defense that's dealing with a lot of injuries right now. Plus, we know no more Calvin Ridley. Does that mean more targets out of the backfield for Devonta Freeman? Entirely possible. However, keep an eye on the injury reports. He's been limited in practice here second half of the week, and we want to make sure he's a full go before throwing him into our lineups here this weekend. Number 21, Joe Mixon, Cincinnati Bengals, has a crazy tough matchup going up against the New England Patriots this week, one of the top run defenses in all of football, but they're going to have to utilize Joe Mixon to draw the defense in. We've seen over past weeks that New England can be vulnerable on the ground, maybe more so than through the air. Joe Mixon is going to have to be involved in this game to give Cincinnati any chance to even keep it close. Got him right here, running back 21. 22 may be a surprise to some people. It's Patrick Laird of the Miami Dolphins. Got him at 22 in a matchup going up against the New York Giants. And why is he so high? There may not be a whole lot of pass-catching weapons there in Miami. Devontae Parker, Albert Wilson, do they even play? We don't know as of yet. This could lead to more targets out of the backfield for Patrick Laird, making him a little bit safer, a safer floor. Got him all the way up at running back 22. 23, Marlon Mack, Indianapolis Colts. Another tough matchup for him, going up against the New Orleans Saints, one of the top run defenses in all of football. I can see Indianapolis having to lean a little bit more in the passing game this week to keep pace with the Saints, and that doesn't really benefit Marlon Mack very much. A low-end running back 2 right here at running back 23. 24 is James White, New England Patriots. One of the only options in the Patriots offense that I will take a stab at on a weekly basis is Julian Edelman and it's James White. The 2 favorite targets of Tom Brady. The volume should be there. He's not going to be that type of guy that goes out there and gets double-digit carries on a weekly basis, but the targets could be there every single week. I could see it happening again this week. Got James White at 24. 25, this is where I have Josh Jacobs as of right now, but we need to wait and find out what is his availability this weekend. If he is ruled out, I may actually move DeAndre Washington up a couple slots. If Josh Jacobs plays, he'll move up a couple slots also, but DeAndre Washington is still going to be in the mix. Just something we need to pay attention to, but right now, got him at running back 25. 26, this is going to be old man Adrian Peterson of the Washington Redskins going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. A tough matchup, but now no Darius Geis, so the volume back in the corner of Adrian Peterson. He should see close to 20 carries this week, and that's definitely the type of volume you want from maybe a flex option. Hopefully you're not reliant on him to be your running back 1 or 2, but if you need a decent flex play, Adrian Peterson may be your guy here, running back 26. 27, James Conner, Pittsburgh Steelers. Does he play? If he does, he'll move up the list slightly. A difficult matchup. The Buffalo Bills defense has been playing a lot better here as of late, and I don't know if James Conner is going to be a full go as of yet. That's something we need to pay attention to also. If Conner is 100% healthy going into the weekend, he'll move up into the low teens here of the rankings. Just another one of these guys we need to pay attention to for right now, running back 27. 28 may be a little bit of a surprise. It was for me, and I threw up in my mouth when I typed his name in here. It's Ronald Jones, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's just a great matchup for him going up against the Detroit Lions. We know that there's no more Mike Evans in that offense. Maybe they get a few more targets going the way of Ronald Jones out of the backfield, kind of give him a little bit of a safer floor here this week in a decent matchup as a high-end running back 3. Got him at 28. 29, Kenyon Drake, Arizona Cardinals, going up against the Cleveland Browns. Not a horrible matchup, but the problem is how involved is David Johnson going to be? He stole a touchdown last week. This backfield is just kind of a mess at this point. Kind of similar to Kansas City. I don't really want any parts of it because you never know on a weekly basis who's going to get the volume. So right now, Kenyon Drake staying at 29. 30 is Jamal Williams, Green Bay Packers, and I've already mentioned this game multiple times in this episode. It's going to be really cold, freezing cold temperatures, and that could really limit the passing game here this weekend in Green Bay. If that's the case, they'll rely more on the running game and the short passing game, which is really where Jamal Williams kind of excels and gives you that safety on a week-to-week basis. If you're in a deeper league looking for a flex play, may not be a bad idea for Jamal Williams here in Week 15. All right, that's my quick and dirty top 30 running backs here for Week 15. Let me know what you think down below. Now, once again, I can already see it coming. People are going to ask, where's this guy at? Is this guy dead? What happened to him? Well, I can't fit everybody inside the top 30. So if you have a recommendation or maybe you think somebody should be somewhere else, I'm all for hearing opinions. That's what this is all about. But make sure you let me know, who would you take out? Who would you move around? Obviously, I just can't keep adding names, so let's have a conversation about it between us and other members of Headliner Nation. We're all just trying to come to the conclusion of who is the best possible plays for us this weekend. We're trying to win fantasy championships right now, so if that's what you're looking for, hit the like button, because that's what we're all about. We greatly appreciate the support. Hopefully, everybody had a great week, and good luck this weekend. We'll be talking to you later, and don't forget, we're trying to mess with Kyle. Go follow me on Twitter. Peace out. We'll talk to you later.